welcome to WB & Sons, our auction preview for March 2025. We're going to have a look at a little handful of cars we've got going through 166 lots on Saturday's sale. I'm going to start off with this TVR lot number 6.
You're a bit obsessed with it, right?
Obsessed with it isn't the word, I don't think, bro. It's a 400 HC high compression car, and it is easily the best TVR we've even laid our eyes on, never mind had through here. There's not a blemish. I've had one mark on the bonnet, and that's the only complaint I'm giving this car. It sounds unbelievable. The interior is gorgeous. I normally kick to death the interiors on these things, and it's just not the case with this. Later style wheels on it, which just finish it off, because normally you've got those tiny little casters on them. It's a proper car, this one.
Big history file, sensible money for it. I mean, 10 to 14 grand we've got, haven't we? That's a cheap car. Summer's coming around. If you had that on the dealer's forecourt, they'd be asking 19.95 all day long. All day long.
And it is ready to go, like a lot of things we've got in this sale.
Slightly more sensible option, classic, but you can take the whole family. Mercedes 124 estate with a really interesting story. Guy that's put it in has known the car from brand new. He actually sold it to the family. Owned by a builder's merchant. It was the wife's car. It's a 220, but it's got a weird spec. So it's electric seats, heated seats, 7 leather seats, aircon, sunroof on a 220, which is quite unusual. It's done the miles, but on a Merc, do you even look at the miles ever? Really, it doesn't matter. Nice big history file. Really clean, tidy example. Actually, I think it looks really good in white.
Yeah, the leather's unbelievable on it as well.
Doesn't matter whether it's done 50,000 miles or 250, it's not going to make any difference, is it?
2 blebs on the rear arches, and again, that's even inside the door checks, like a new car. It smells good in there as well. It is a very nice car. He drove it quite a way as well, didn't he?
Yeah. And if you compare it to last sale, we had that lovely blue 320, which did £10,000. This is going to be sort of half money for a little bit less displacement. I think it represents really good value, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For me, I'm all of this Jag, to be fair, and I'm not really a Jag man, am I?
No.
So it's 35 or 36,000 miles. It's obviously a Jaguar Sovereign, but it's in very, very good condition.
Best colour combo.
Yeah, the paintwork, you normally see that colour starting to crack in certain places, but it doesn't. It's just a proper thing, this one.
Yeah, you spent some good time poring over it, trying to work out if it had been painted or not, but it just looks like it's been very well looked after, doesn't it?
It's a really, really nice car, and like Toby says, normally they're not like this, and when we get cars in this condition, when they're not normally the ones we see or you see every day, aren't really anywhere near as nice as this, you sort of do get a bit excited.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that get people excited.
They're just going to rush straight onto a Rolls-Royce. Fair enough.
What we have here is this 1979 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2. It's a 75th anniversary car. They only made 75 for the UK market. I don't know if you're going to cut a little video in, but there's a plaque in the dashboard. They called it a red label. Front and rear badges are red. That was factory part of the 75th anniversary cars. Like I say, 75 made for the UK market. This one spent a little bit of time abroad.
Wonder where.
I'm not too sure where. Nice and straight, sits lovely and level. Good colours, and again, quite a rare car. We've seen plenty of shallow 1s and 2s, but not like this really.
It's the best colour in Caribbean blue, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And you don't really see a black leather interior either.
No, it looks right with a black leather interior as well.
Yeah.
Again, nice and straight, nice and level, but the fact there's only one of 75 made, I'd like to know how many are actually left on the road.
James can be geeky and find out for you.
Try and find out, but really, I mean, even if you take that bit out of it, it's a Shadow 2 in one of the best colours. The chrome works excellent on it, which it never is. The wood's good on it, the interior is good.
It just sits right
to me, the red label bit's a bonus. That's that's something to talk about at a show or whatever. But it's just a nice Shadow 2.
Price wise, 10 to 14 on this. They're up and down. You see them advertised at 30 grand still, and they seem to be selling at that. And you see rough ones at 5 grand. I think we've got this one sort of price bang on the mark, really, at that sort of money.
You're talking nice Shadow 1 money for that.
Yeah, well,
and there's so much a better car.
White Shadow.
Much better car. I'm going to talk about one of my favourite cars in this sale. We've never had one before. We've had the later ones, we've had the camtails, we've had like the 80s versions, but the boat tail is the best looking one. It's just a fact, I'll argue with anyone. In red, black leather, super rare factory right hand drive car. One of the best conditioned cars overall I think we've ever had. Is that fair?
100% agreed. I think it is the best conditioned car we've ever had through here. There is, for what we can see, no fault. You cannot fault this car. The paintwork is as flat as you're going to find. Everything fits. The engine, you pull the little hand throttle in the choke, you turn the key and away she goes. And it is stunning from every single angle. I agree with you completely there.
It's the definition of when an owner is obsessive, but he's just got, this is all he wants to do is tinker with the car.
Yeah.
And he hasn't gone too far. Like sometimes you see them where they want to do something, so they start messing with things, but he's just got everything bang on right.
It's literally box fresh.
Box fresh, and it's beautiful. It's a red Alfa Spider. What more do you want? There's nothing more to say to it than that.
Yeah.
Toby's going to talk about some motorbikes, I think.
Yes, about time. We have lots of motorbikes in this sale, so if you're not a bike man, you can buy a push pedal pop. We were contemplating buying a couple and having races on them, weren't we? So we've got, I can't remember how many it is off the top of my head, but there's 13. Thank you, James. But lots of different variations of different styles of the little moped style bikes. We've even got bicycles with engines, and 2 absolutely gorgeous NS 400Rs, which you hardly ever see. 1, never mind 2.
Yeah, and I mean for me, Rothman's livery, 400cc 2-stroke.
2-stroke, they've got 3 exhausts.
2-stroke, 3 exhausts.
3 exhausts? What?
If you're 12 years old, that's cool.
If you're 20 years old, 30 years old, 40, any age, they're cool.
Yeah, and again, you don't see them very often, and when you do, they seem to ask crazy money for them. But these have got 5 to 7 guide prices on them. This one's not long had an engine rebuild. I'm going to say it again, Rothman's livery, 7,000 miles, 13,000 miles, both good examples. The difficult bit is choosing which one to go for, I guess.
Buy the pair, don't you?
I think you kind of have to. You have to. But you're really into this Euro, right?
Oh, the Euro's absolutely gorgeous. So it's a 56. No, it's an M36 Euro. But the guy who owns it's obviously fully stripped it down, done lots of work to it, and just brought it back to us in absolutely gorgeous condition. Again, like James says about that, there's no fault in that I can find on this one. Really, really nice bike.
A cheap way into a very good looking bike as well.
Well, what we got it? 15 to 2.5?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 15 to 2.5. You couldn't buy a British bike like that for that.
Well, even if you look at the end, it's based on a BMW engine.
Yes,
anything with those engines is 5+ all day long. But because it hasn't got the right or the badge on it, it's not the same money. It's half the price, but it's gorgeous.
Absolutely stunning. Anyway, back to cars. What we do. Well, normally
Probably the only car we've ever had in that we could all get in.
Well, I actually measured the boot, and it's just over 5 and a bit foot. Because I led down in it to see how big it was. What is it?
So it's a Ford Limited Country Squire. It's the last, so this is the 8th generation. They did some really pretty ones in the 40s, 50s, 60s. This is the last generation. They seem to just throw everything at this car. So giant station wagon, three bench seat in the front, 3 bench seat in the middle. There is another 3 bench seat that pops up in the back. Magic tailgate, so it opens 2 ways, really cool. But absolutely everything works on this car. It's got automatic headlights.
It's an 88, isn't it? 88 in the year with automatic headlights.
5 litre fuel injected engine.
Giving me Simpson vibes.
It's Homer's car, right?
You know what, even better? Got some really good music taste in the tape. There's lots of tapes left in the car.
Is there country tapes in there? Right, okay, so we'll remove the country tapes for you, that's fine, don't worry, just buy the car. But like I said, everything works on it. Cruise works, the steering wheel controls, there's little lights around the locks and the handles, every single one of them still works.
What I'll give the Americans that they do better than the UK, like we did, is the power steering is like, you turn it, you got one thing in, you waft, you think those Rolls-Royces are good and things like that, and they are really good, but this is like, for something that's so big and so long, you can just manoeuvre it with one finger.
You know it's got good power steering when you see the wheel, because the wheel's not massive. You know how you're getting something like this and you can't get past the wheel. Well,
yeah.
Me and James can't get past the wheel. Nice small wheel.
Honestly, every American car we've had in here, the power steering is unbelievable.
You want Americans to make your V8, your power steering, your aircon.
And it's massive.
You want the Italians to style it and the Brits to leave it alone, I guess. But yeah, really, really cool car. You get super practical, but it's a classic. I kind of love it. American stock cars are not my thing. You like them, but they're not. They don't normally tickle me. Whereas this, I think, is
it's because it's almost practical as far as I know. I know it's the size of a boat or a small house, but as far as it goes,
Think how much shopping you can get in the back. I was going to say about 100 quid worth, but now it's like £1,000 worth. But
you could daily it. It'd be great. We've got a few good practical classics, haven't we?
Yes.
Anything with a Merc badge. This 300D G-Wagon, again power steering, short wheelbase, lovely car, cooler than your £200,000 new ones. But if we're going to talk about makes, you're going to want to talk about this for about an hour and a half, right?
Well, it doesn't need that much talking about. It's very sensibly priced. It wants a few bits, but it's a Mercedes W124 E320 convertible. And I'm stressing the 320 here because they're normally always 220s. Every one we've seen, we've tried to buy, they're always 220s.
We flick past an advert and we see one and go, ooh,
So the later ones like this were all factory sport line, that's correct, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
that's suspension, a couple of bits on the inside, wheels.
Like it's blue on blue with the mushroom, working roof. What more do you want? It's an actual 4-seater convertible that we could all get in quite easily. You'd cruise around in that all day long.
They'll never let you down. Like you say, it's the later one with the 4-speed.
You don't see many of them either, but the fact that the 320 to me is one of the nicest engines Merck's put in anything in that straight 6. It's a lovely, lovely car, and again, really sensibly priced.
When was the last time you saw a Tanzanite mushroom 320 with less than 200,000 miles for less?
What's the 83, isn't it? Yeah, 89,000 miles. It's just unheard of.
3 owners, history file like that. Granted, there's a couple of blebs and stuff that want sorted out, but you can use it while you do it. But more importantly,
79 grand.
Yeah.
It's just, again, that's 220 money.
Yeah. But I mean, the last one of these that was very, very nice we saw was £20,000.
Yeah. Unbelievably practical.
Yeah.
Lovely. Absolutely love it.
Cameraman's falling over minis.
We've got an SL 500 here as well, a little bit different on really rare wheels, split rims there, they've just been refurbed, lowered 40mm, it's a 500, it looks mint and red.
Yeah, those wheels make
that's our sort of thing as a lowered Mercedes on nice wheels. You can't really go wrong, can you?
Yeah, I mean those wheels are worth probably about the same as half of the car.
Yeah.
They're from a 140, from a 600, you can't find them. We have a regular that's a complete Mercedes freak, and even he got excited about those wheels, and normally he's going, this is wrong, that's wrong, those wheels.
And they're genuine splits.
They're genuine, they're staggered fitment, they're for a 140, that's why they fill the arches nicely.
Just a cool looking car.
Just sits well, doesn't it?
Yeah. A few little British sports cars to choose from. We can take one each, maybe. Triumph Stag. I think everybody just accepts that a Stag's a pretty good classic car, right?
They're very usable, your first time classic car buyers. Toby loves them.
I love them, and do you know what makes that one better? I hate the automatic. No, I hate automatic ones. It's a manual.
Yeah, the manual makes
sense. The manual makes it so much more drivable.
Well, normally if you've got a V8 you can get away with an automatic, but that manual is so much better. And it's original Triumph V8, not a Rover V8. Brown with brown.
It's, if you close your eyes and picture a Stag, there it is, brown on brown. That's how I always see them. It's a nice car, it's straight enough. The bodywork's really good on it. Engine sounds lovely. He drove it from like, where is it, Boston or something?
Yeah. Got in and drove it up, no bother at all. It started hot when it got here, it starts cold. Yeah. That's your main thing with a Stag, right? Yeah. And the pricing on these, I don't know where Stag owners get their prices from. You see some for £5,000 that look identical for £40,000. I don't get it. This is a sub 10 grand. What more do you want?
Exactly. Talking of things that are normally manual and automatic, we'll stay gearbox related. This is automatic, so this is a 1972 MGB GT with a factory automatic gearbox. In your head again, that sounds horrendous. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. But surprisingly,
is it not a Borg Warner though?
Yeah, so it's the same that's in everything, like the 1800s, the Triumph, the everything.
Click it into gear, it goes. You can feel it go into gear. You know you're in gear. We had it on the ramp there, put it to drive, and she pulled away lovely. And in your head, you think that can't be right. But the fact that it's automatic sort of attracts me to this car because it is different. The age sort of on the car is, we get guys in here all the time that want a classic automatic because the manual's a little bit too hard, and normally they come from MGs. Why not?
Yeah. And actually, if I'm being honest, I didn't even know they existed.
No, no, it's the first one we've seen.
Yeah, for sure.
Little nice MGB Roadster here. It's a chrome bumper conversion in green. Nice wheels, nice roof, ready for the summer. And again, what more can you say? It
doesn't fill video time, but there's a reason everybody at some point's had a B or a Roadster, right?
Yeah. You can just appreciate them, don't you?
Big collection of minis. I know I'm going to agree. James likes minis.
Oh, are you skipping past the Ford?
We're going to jump back to the Fords. It's all right. Don't worry. So I'm gonna hover here because this is where we're going to spend most of our time. But we've got a lovely little red Sprite. We've got a silver Sprite.
Open air classic,
but it's a nice original one. So it's got the standard interior, the leather steering wheel, and actually, if you're tall, those roofs do make a big difference. Nice looking car.
Little injection car. We'll get past those. Nice. Go on, James. Toby, you might as well come out of the shot there. I think
this is one of the coolest cars we've ever had in here. Is that fair?
you will because the Mini, but I do agree because it is a very, very cool car.
And for the first time ever, I will also agree with you on a Mini that it is.
So we've got proof on video that you like this car.
Yeah.
Right, fine. So, owned by the same owner for 14 years. He's obviously very obsessive. Wouldn't bring the car if there was even a sniff of rain, which is always a good sign. But what he's done is turned it into like this sort of club spec stunner. So it's on the original 998cc engine and box, which is 30,000 miles, load of paperwork with that. But what he's done is gone through the car front to back. It's got this lovely green stripe. He's into his sort of Lotus, that era Lotus, so it's gone for the white and green, which is cool. Lovely set of 10-inch wheels. Corbo classics, green carpets. He's even put green sun visors.
You like those bucket seats, don't you?
I do. I wish I could fit in them, but honestly, like I didn't know I had childbirth and hips, but I've got childbirth and hips. He's put 1275 GT clocks in. He's done everything that you would want to do, but then he's gone above and beyond. So Corbo classic seat does that. Door bins on a normal Mini don't look right, so he's imported some from an Innocenti Mini with an angle on it just because it looks better. He's put a toolkit in the boot with gas strut rams, which is like the neatest thing you've ever seen. That toolkit's never been used, it just looks good.
Again, it's one of those things where we've had this conversation before. When something's done for love, not money, the difference is unbelievable. You can tell straight away, and this car has been done for love. There's never been a money factor into it, and I wish we could turn it upside down.
Offense, there's still not a money factor in it because we see clubmans doing silly money. Well, not silly money, they do strong money, but the money, I can't remember exactly.
15 to 18 on it, and I bet you what he's got in it's more like 40.
Yeah, but you normally see something in this condition 20 to 24 to 25, if not more.
The argument being is, again, we've said this before, you cannot build that car for anywhere near the price on it. Again, love, not money. That's what we like.
The paint job on it alone is that good. It would probably cost you that.
Probably.
Yeah. Exactly. So that again is one of my favourite. Between this and the Alfa for me is are two really cool cars. You're not going to replicate. There's not one down the road to replace it with.
No, not at all.
So it's a 1971 Volvo 164. I am sick of people ringing up saying, have you had this car before?
I was about to say, has this been here before?
We've had 3 164s in the last 3 years because they are rare. All 3 of them have been this colour. All 3 of them have had this colour interior. Maybe that's just because it's the best one. However, genuinely, this is the best one, and this one's got 3 pedals as a manual car. So it's a 3 litre carburettor, not an injection, manual. All 3 of them have been very nice, but this one I think is easily the best one.
A nerve was touched there when people kept asking that, wasn't it? You got a bit angry there, didn't he?
People ask the question like, what do you think we're doing? Selling the car, taking it outside, changing the plates and bringing it back? What? It's because they saw, they presented a 164 really well, so I'm going to send them my 164. It's called doing your job.
So if you've got a 164 that's not gold, we'll send it on up. James is over the moon.
But to be fair, they're still rare. We have only had 3.
Yeah, again, best one we've had through the doors. And what's nice is, I'd like to say, in a year's time when we get another gold 164 in, it might even be even better. We can keep.
I can't see how it could be. I genuinely can't see how it could be because it's manual and it's mint. It was painted 12 years ago. Look at the paint job on it. It's fantastic.
The few seats I've ever sat in my life as well.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's an Amazon. I like the one.
Tell them about your Amazon.
So I went and picked this up from a lovely chap down in Yorkshire.
Yeah,
Yorkshire. Who had a lovely collection of cars, and he's thinning them out because of age. But this thing, he was like, it hasn't been ran for about a couple of weeks. Never this, that, until I jumped in, and I'm joking. Pulled the choke, flipped the key in his barn, and away it went. It's just a proper, nice, presentable Amazon, and it's not daft money again. We've got 8 to 12 on it. Yes, it's got a couple of little things here and there in the paintwork.
It wants a polish more, I think.
Yeah, it wants a good polish.
It's one shade of red.
It's what? Yeah.
It's not a rust spot.
Underneath's lovely. Engine bay is lovely.
Those B18 engines are lush anyway. Yeah. And it's like that, to me, like the 164s are gorgeous, but if you think of a classic Volvo, you've got this and a P1800, right?
I think, sort of era-wise, it's one of the prettiest saloon cars I can sort of think of. Volvo did it really well. Like the P1800's gorgeous as well, but as a saloon car comes, they normally lose a little bit of that shape, that style, and this thing is good again from all angles. It's a really pretty car.
It's back when they were up there with Mercedes, isn't it? They are a lovely car.
The B18 engine makes them very usable, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you see them on rally stages getting absolutely hammered, and they don't blow up. They're just really good. Great.
Jag.
Is that how you're going to cut to a Jaguar? Jag.
It's a universal term. So it's a supercharged Jag, 4.2 petrol V8 with a supercharger, black with cream, tick. Cheap as you're going to find, makes a mint noise because it's got a different exhaust system on it. Sports exhaust. Love the neighbours with that one. that's the end of that.
And guide price, it's the same money as an 8.
Yeah.
And to me, I think the 4.2 is the one to have because the 5 litres are a bit blowy up.
I on about these late modelled, well, this shape Jag is sort of the last pot of V8s from Jaguar. I don't know what else you want to cruise around in and make mint noises with.
Fords.
Well, I knew you were going to say that.
We're going to spend the next hour and a half talking about Fords.
No, we'll keep it sweet and short. I've been told I've got to be quick with these. So we've got a gorgeous whale-tail Cosworth. The guys had for quite some while. Did loads of work.
His father, wasn't it?
Yeah, James went and picked this from, so he knows about this one. Again, very nice car.
Ex-police car. They were sort of the dog that no one wanted in the 90s because for some reason everyone decided the police cars were no good, but actually now they're pretty desirable. This one came out of Northumbria Police Force. There was this one and number 76, which was next to it. This one's had a few quid spent on it, that interior, so it's been retrimmed. Standard seats and everything, but they've all been retrimmed. They've done a beautiful job on that.
Proper leather with the orange Recoros. That is probably one of the nicest retrims I've seen for a long, long time. Again, done for love, not money. The attention to detail is absolutely spot on.
And a really, really clean
It's a small turbo car, isn't it?
Small turbo.
Yep.
Very clean. Lovely thing.
I think we're
Same could be said about these two.
Yeah, these two. This. That's just stuck there.
Right. People have speech impediments.
It's me.
It's okay.
I have speech impediments.
Okay.
Yellow Ford.
Yeah, the yellow. It doesn't. In your head, it doesn't work, but it looks really, really nice in person and in photos. Even with that interior, it's just a proper thing. It's been fully restored, hasn't it?
Yeah, bare shelled, prairie yellow. Very rare.
Yellow, was it?
No, it was silver originally. Which, to be fair, it's not like we've lost any of the silver's the most normal colour, isn't
There's
it?
still plenty of silver ones left, isn't there?
Yeah, they haven't took a special order black and painted it yellow. So
I think you know my views on yellow and sort of canary yellow. Anything in yellow looks good.
yeah, I agree. Really, really nice car. But if you're going to do it, you've got to do it properly, and he's done it properly. That's fair, isn't it? Which is the same. I mean, they've come from the same vendor. You're a Mark 1 Escort man.
RS2000 is absolutely gorgeous. It is. Well, it is concourse winning, isn't it?
It's won shows, it's won AVO clubs, shows and drive outs. And I mean, to be fair, so is this car. This one won the Lakes Tour. This one's won some bits.
But again, like Charlie says, the ones that have been done for love, not money. This one has gone the whole hog, really, haven't they?
Yeah. Standard situation where the guy likes doing them more than driving them around. He's actually moving out of the country, so he's too pride and joys are away. I think it's the best colour on that one.
It's up there.
You like the orange, but I think
it's up there. It's probably second best to me. But
yeah. That's the iconic one for me. It's very original. Underside is better than the top. Not messed with. I mean, it's got a different air cleaner on it. If that's a problem for you, the original's in the boot, so don't worry about that. But really beautiful car. Clock still works, isn't it?
It starts on the button as well. Absolutely on the button. Charlie's standing next to an Anglia because he's really happy. He's got an air box. It's got a heater. Harry Potter.
It's because he secretly thinks he's Ron Weasley.
He is Ron Weasley.
You do look like Ron Weasley.
He's not. What's that other one? Snivelling. Not. What's he called? Blonde one.
Draco.
The one that we don't like.
The pair of Hagrids over here. You want to wind your neck out with that, like?
I'll set me three-headed dog on it.
1965 Ford Anglia, well known from Harry Potter. Nice car,
Charlie?
nice usable. It's got an airbox, which I didn't even know what that was.
Heater box.
Heater box, sorry, I've never seen an Anglia with a heater box on in my life.
Every single one.
Normally when we have them, we've got blanket plates there and a Pinto, but nice and original. It's had a paint job, wants a flat and polish if that was mine. But again, Anglias are sort of appreciated by the whole car market. You don't find it, I've never met anyone that doesn't like a Ford Anglia, and that's all we need to say. That's how quick that needs to be, because it is exactly what it is.
Yeah, nice, sensible, usable, cheap to run, cheap to own.
And do you know what the worst thing is? I think we've brushed past my favourite car of the sale.
What's that?
The MG Midget. I know I don't look like a Midget fan.
You're skipping past Ford.
I forgot. I thought I'd done
got
that.
one last Ford,
Yeah.
which you've lost the chance to talk about now. Every single time we get a Mark II XR2 in, have you got any Mark 1s? No, we haven't. No one does. They never come up for sale. It's dead simple.
No, it is. Is this a Volvo?
But it's what happens, isn't it? Oh, I wish you had a Mark 1. Well, we don't, right? That's just life. But this is a factory black Mark 1 XR2, nice, unmolested, tidy car. There's a couple of little marks that want polished off the bodywork, and it just wants that last 5%, but it's a very nice car.
Sensibly priced, nice interior, like you say, it looks good in black. I really like them in black. It gives it a bit more of an 80s vibe going on there, with the decals. It's shop to show, isn't it, all day long, this thing.
Yeah, it's got pepper pots. What more do you want?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Now you can tell them about your Midget.
As I jumped the gun, we've got a lovely, lovely Midget here.
It is a very nice car.
I know we're tall and people are going, do they get in them? Yes, we do get in them.
Not
But
graceful.
this thing has to be, again, we've said it 4 or 5 times through this video, the best midget, rubber bumper midget we've had in here.
Yeah, I mean, generally the quality of this catalogue is very high.
Yeah.
This one was,
One blemish on the wing.
yeah,
All I'm going to say.
yeah, which really you only notice because the rest of the cars are good. It was done by the owner for his wife 20 years ago. It was done that long ago.
Phenomenal.
Iversale engine, lovely leather interior. Being black, I think it gets away with the rubber bumpers. I don't think it matters that it's not a chrome. But you're not going to find a chrome one as good as that. And we've got a guide at £2,000 to £4,000 on it. Yeah, I mean, it's not very often we go out on a limb and say what a car's going to do, but it's going to do way over the guide price. It has to.
Has to.
Yes, it wants a little bit of recommission because it's been off the road. Plugs, fuel, oil. The usual. Yeah,
It just wants that little.
What's a fresh few little ones? Set away down the A1, get some heat tools, spark plugs, away you go. That's what it wants, or a set of plugs. But again, like that's how finicky you're going to be on it.
Yeah. Crazy. The entire opposite at the end of the scale. Tiny little, cheap to run, sensible classic, or
Where I belong, rolling around in a 1957
absolute dream.
Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. I drove this through town when we picked them up. I drove this through town, through Heaton, honestly.
I was following it. I saw your little pinky sticking up on the steering wheel.
and everyone was looking at him going, look at him and his granddad's car.
Like the missing part of trading places. These are great cars. They are so cheap. They're never
You
gonna.
actually believe that, don't you?
I do. Yes. They're never gonna go back up and be worth thousands and hundreds. You know what I mean? They've sort of had, unfortunately, disagree or whatever. They've had this sort of run of it. They're on the bottom at the minute. If you've ever wanted one of them, now's the time to buy one. I can't guarantee what it's to be worth in 10 years, but I don't think it's be worth any less than they are now. Simple as. What a proper thing. Rolls-Royce, don't even joke.
That's an easy choice though, because this is a Cloud 2 with a V8 6-cylinder car.
But I really like the Bentley 6 cylinders.
I like the look of the Bentley front end more, but the Rolls with the V8 is the better car to own. You know the Rolls is the better car.
Again, another lovely car. No, straight from the same collection.
Yes, local Bentley Rolls and Bentley special. So if you're going to buy one that the guy who fixes everybody else's owned.
These are the one to have, because he knows them inside out.
And that, smooth as butter. I really, really enjoyed driving that car.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should buy one, sign rated.
Tell the cameraman.
I'm going to ask for a pay rise for Rolls-Royce.
Let's see how that goes.
Right, on that ludicrous note, like Charlie said, we've got 166 lots in the March sale. You can bid in person, telephone, commission bids, anything you want to know. If you want to know if that's the same Volvo as last time, give James a ring. That'll be funny. But yeah, thank you.